And there's a tweet put out by the Mariners. Julio Rodriguez there with our own Sarah Langs, who is back from Seattle and the All-Star experience and joins us now, as she often does. Sarah, it's Brian Kenny. Great to have you back on the show.
Thanks so much for having me, BK.
How was the Seattle experience? I know you were seemingly all around it. I saw all the players around you. Tell me about it.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, you saw in that tweet, everyone was incredible. You know, first and foremost, it's amazing to see my colleagues. But as you see here, Philando came over, Julio Rodriguez came over. I spoke with Pablo Lopez, Shane McClanahan, Juan Soto, and everyone was just so kind, so open, and I really appreciate it. That's not why I was there. I was there to work, but I really appreciate hearing those kind words, and these players are incredible.
No, well, Sarah, the baseball world loves you. You should know that by now. You should have known that all along, of course. So I'm glad you had a good time there. What stood out to you? Give me something from the All-Star game, home run derby. What was the most electric thing you saw?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, if we go electric, it has to be Julio Rodriguez's first round. I know he didn't win. I know he probably got a bit tired. But 41 home runs, the most in any home run derby round ever. And the way he turned to the crowd after that 41st and kind of pumped his arms. I mean, I think if he wasn't going to become the fourth guy to win in his home ballpark, that was the next best thing, having that electric round. Everyone was already on their feet when the round started, and it just got louder and louder.
That happens a lot in the home run derby in history, that some of the greatest moments and memories are from a round that's not in the championship round, but just someone who went off earlier in the round. And this was one of those times. I know at the top of the show, Sarah, I mentioned Shohei Ohtani, who I thought going into the season was the #1 pitcher and a top 10 hitter. He turns out to be the #1 hitter and a top 20 pitcher. Give us your latest take on Ohtani.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, he is incredible. And by the way, AllStar, seeing him followed around by so much media, it was amazing to see what an international superstar he is. But he's on the mound tonight to kick off this second half of the season for the Angels. And as you said, top pitcher, top up there hitter. He has already 5 3-hit games in games he has started. You can also see he has the most 10 strikeout games of anyone in baseball since the start of last year. And he has 66 home runs in that span. This is what we're dealing with, something we have never seen before. And as I said, 5 games with at least 3 hits in games he has started is already tied for the most we've seen from a starting pitcher in a single season. And he hasn't even started the second half yet. He is hitting .387 in games he pitches this year with a 1.221 OPS. I mean, this is stuff we have almost never seen. And no disrespect to Walter Johnson, Jack Bentley, or Joe Bowman, but they were not hitting 493-foot home runs and hitting the ball 115 miles an hour.
Yeah, no disrespect to the best pitcher in the history of the game, but this guy's better, right? This guy's doing it very, very differently. All right, speaking of history, take a look at this.
The most cherished record in all of sports. Luis Arraez is chasing history.
We love the chasing history vignette that we have there. Anyway, Luis Arraez, even at 383, Sarah, this is remarkable. Only Tony Gwynn, this is going back to the wild card era, 1994 when it started. Only Gwynn in 1994 had a higher batting average through 92 games. So that's how remarkable this is, even as he fades a little lower than 400.
Exactly. You know, I think we set our sights on 400, which is a remarkable feat. But right now, it looks like he could hit 380 for the season. As you saw, he is on a crazy pace. And what I loved was in the All-Star game, he went 2 for 2 on 2 pitches So we pitch count data back to 1988. He is the only guy in that span to get multiple hits in an All-Star game on the only pitches he saw. And of course he is. Of course it's Luis Arraez. I was sitting there watching that happen and not surprised at all. I kind of wish we could count the 2 for 2 toward the chase for 400 because he did it against an All-Star, against multiple All-Stars. That should count for something, right?
Yeah, I would think, like, and the way he just punched them out there, too, so Arraez-like. Just punched out a single
Yes.
On both of that. All right, you say Mookie Betts is chasing history. I guess I didn't even realize this. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. So he may set a record for leadoff home runs in a season. Right now, he already has 10, which is the most by any Dodger in a single season. And that is a hefty franchise history. It's also tied for the most by anyone through the end of July in a single season. And it's only July 14th, and he hasn't even played yet today. Look at that. I love when we get Bobby Bonds on a list, by the way. And he's tied with him for the most leadoff homers through the end of July in the season, again, with plenty of time to go. And I wanted to give him some love because, went out in the home run derby, sort of said it wasn't his thing, but his wife wanted him to do it, check it off the list. I know he didn't advance, but he's still a great power hitter. And I don't want anyone who turned into the derby to think that he isn't, because what he is doing at where he is in the lineup and at his size is really, really impressive.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good, like, right fielder, shortstop, second baseman, utility guy.
You name it.
All around. It is amazing. Sarah, great to have you back on the show. I'm so glad you enjoyed your experience in Seattle. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks so much for having me, big guy.